Back at the Naturopath. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Before we jump into this video, don't forget, at the end of the video, you can download some free resources that I've created just for you. The Candida Diet and Cleanse Starter Guide, the Ultimate Candida shopping list, the diet shopping list, and also the Candida Symptom Tracker, which you're going to find very useful. So these are all for free. So at the end of the video, just jump into yeastinfection.org/goodies and you can download these things at no charge at all. If you have any questions, remember you can always ask those and either I can get back to you or the team. So thanks for tuning in and we'll catch up with you at the end of the video. Back at the Naturopath, how you all going? Let's just read out a question here I got from somebody. Each time the Blastocystis symptoms have resurged, let's have a look. And this past experience was the first time since I've been on Candida Remove. The Blastocystis comes back more aggressively and is more devastating. Are there any tips or advice on how I can avoid future setbacks? Well, my question is, how are you getting Blasto tested? Are you getting 3 stool samples tested to see actually what your number of, what your counts are like on Blasto? Because most gastroenterologists only ever do one test, but it's good to see what any comorbidities in the gut are. Have you got any other bugs in the gut apart from Blasto? Is there Candida there? What type of bacteria have you got? What are the beneficial bacteria count? Are they high? Are they low? All I'm hearing is Blasto, Blasto. I'm not getting a complete picture of the entire gut, and that's the important thing to look at with the type of work that we do. Is you don't become a single, the one-trick pony. The one-trick pony is the person who only looks at Blasto. Everything's Blasto. We got them for different conditions. I've seen many of these people, and everything's around, one particular bug. So we need to know the totality of the problem. And here's the other thing. Blastocystis may not be a problem to you in some cases if your gut is in good shape. So if your gut's in reasonably good shape and you've got a mild Blasto infection, you'll find as the years roll by, the infection will slowly drop. Some bowel specialists even believe that Blastocystis will eventually become a part of the human microbiome. It's true. I've read this and they believe this, and so many doctors don't even treat Blastocystis anymore because it's becoming so endemic. So many people around the world have got Blasto now. Blasto, like any bug, is only a problem if it causes a problem for you. Just because you read, I got Blastocystis in a stool test, and you're feeling okay, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to die another week from Blastocystis, okay? So here's the thing, the totality is important. The symptoms are important, of course, but a constant drive towards eliminating Blasto, if it's only a small part of the problem, but not the main part, could also be devastating for you in terms of the stress you're putting on yourself. So just be careful not to point all the guns at Blasto. Let's have a good look about all of the gut issues you've got, okay? That's the important thing to do, look at the balance of the problem and then tackle it from a priority point of view, because you may have bigger fish to fry than the Blasto fish. That's my point. So the person who wrote this question, I would request of them to come back with a comment saying, okay, I had XYZ company do XYZ test and this is the outcome. Now please tell me that it's going to be a company like Doctors Data in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, or it's going to be, I used to be Great Smokies Diagnostic Labs, they're now Genova Diagnostics, so like a big company like that, Genova Diagnostics or Doctors Data. But remember, there's tons of companies out there now, mom and pop outfits in caravans and backyards doing stool tests for people. That's true. There are companies out there now. There are even labs that are rip-off labs now that will send you a report that's just fake generated crap, like these astrological fake reports, So be very, very, very careful who you trust and where you spend your money when it comes to testing, all right? Otherwise you will end up with paralysis from analysis, all right? It's got to be the right lab. And then people come back and say, but Eric, I can't afford that. But man, you can't afford to be sick for 5 or 10 years either. All right, this is why it's so critically important to get the right test done at the right time to give you that roadmap for knowing the direction you're going with your Blasto. All right, now remember, 3 tests on 3 concurrent days. Now, if you had one test that came back, no Blasto. Second test, no Blasto. The third one came back with a mild count. I wouldn't even worry about that. But if you had A, B, C, high counts, I'd be thinking, okay, what's going on? So you can see how I'm thinking, okay? We need to know the totality. So please come back to me with a comment. Thanks for that. It's Eric Bakker again, the naturopath. I hope you enjoyed that video. Remember, go to yeastinfection.org/goodies if you want to download my free resources I've created just for people like you. These are things I used in the clinic for patients, and you'll find them very useful. It's the free Candida diet, the cleanse, so it's a good introduction on how to set your program together. There's the ultimate Candida diet shopping list, and there's also the Candida symptom tracker. yeastinfection.org/goodies. Thanks for tuning in and subscribe. Thank you.